No. Can you please?
New details just in on yesterday's deadly shooting on 670 on the South Loop. Police found the body of 36-year-old Crystal Rayner in her car along 670 at Broadway.
To see some of our staff in tears and crying for this family is the humanity behind it.
Just after 5:30 a.m. on June 7th, Kansas City police responded to I-670 and Broadway for reports of a wrecked vehicle. As they headed to the scene, officers received a second call reporting a shooting for the same location. Upon arrival, they would find an unresponsive woman inside of a vehicle suffering from a gunshot wound.
Police are investigating a shooting at 670 and Broadway, leaving one person dead. Officers were called to that area around 6 o'clock this morning for a traffic crash, and when they got there, they found a woman who had been shot. Investigators have not released much more than that. We have seen them looking around the interstate, presumably for evidence. Westbound 670 is now back open, but it was closed for about 3 hours.
We're shutting this down to ascertain exactly what happened there and process the scene effectively to get justice for that victim.
So far, the victim's name has not been released by police just yet.
The victim was identified as 36-year-old Monique Crystal Rayner, who was taken to a local hospital in critical condition, where she was sadly passed away just a short time later. The shooting caused emergency crews to shut down several portions of I-670 for roughly 3 hours, leading to several sections of traffic backup along the interstate. Homicide detectives and crime scene personnel processed the scene for most of the morning rush. The area was reopened just a couple hours later. Monique's death comes just 3 weeks after her niece, 24-year-old Antoinette Brinson, was shot and killed at a Kansas City nightclub. Monique stepped up after her niece's murder and became the primary caretaker for her 3 children, who are now forced once again to be left in this world without a parental figure. Police have given no indication of what led up to the shooting, but the organization that has been assisting her family said the outcome is far too common. A single family experiencing a number of losses and challenges due to violence. Members of the organization were left speechless as they received news that the family they had already been helping grieve another loss was hit yet again with tragedy in less than a month. Police gave no indication of whether the 2 crimes are connected and would not speculate whether either woman was targeted.
We now know the name of the woman killed right before rush hour yesterday at I-670 and Broadway. Monique Rayner was 36.
She had been caring for her niece's 3 young children after her niece was shot and killed less than 3 weeks ago. KCTV5's Betsy Webster spoke with the organization working now to help the family.
To give you a better idea of where this happened, you probably recognize those iconic pylons on top of the convention center. This happened in the underpass below that. We don't know what led up to the shooting, but we know the outcome is far too common. A single family dealing with multiple losses due to violence. Police came here at 5:38 a.m. about a wreck and found Monique Rayner in her car, shot. She died at the hospital.
To see some of our staff in tears and crying for this family is the humanity behind it.
Brandon Mims works with Ad Hoc. Their staff had already been helping her family with grief and trauma therapy. Because of what happened here, Monique's niece, Libby Brenson, was one of 5 people shot on May 21st outside the Climax Lounge nightclub. She was 24. Her killing left 3 children without a mother, and Monique stepped in to fill her shoes.
In the midst of trying to figure out how to move on and put their life back together again, another shattering event occurs. But what I want your viewers to know and to understand is that this is every single day in Kansas City.
Police gave no indication that the 2 crimes are connected, nor did they say if anyone was targeted.
Whether you're the target, innocent bystander, it's just the culture, the gun culture and the culture of violence that we are working to fight against.
We're beyond the point to say that this is an epidemic of violence. We We've been saying that for a long time.
Historical trauma is what Ad Hoc calls it.
There's so many people in our community, just like this family, who have not even had a chance to heal, even to begin their journey.
They were blown away when they learned who the victim of Wednesday morning's shooting was off I-670.
Everybody's been affected by it, at least once in their life, but to see it happen over and over again, this is tough. A child that age deserves a mother and a father. They don't deserve to be left in the community alone like this. They don't deserve to experience this level of grief at this age.
Brandon Mims, a representative from Ad Hoc, wanted to make one thing clear. People are hurting and they need healing, but the families they deal with are also resilient. They will care for Antoinette's 3 children with as much love as Monique did, and Ad Hoc will do what they can to help those children process everything that's going on. KCPD has not provided any additional information on potential suspects or what may have led up to the shooting. The case remains ongoing.